Welcome to episode 8 of this Let's Play series, or tutorial series, whatever way you want to sort of look at it. I think what we'll do now is just start to sort of push the shadow more into these areas, so we won't be doing too much. We will do another coven, maybe towards the end of this episode. We'll be over here. This one is a massive opportunity to enshadow this one without any infiltration right from the very, very start, so we'll do that one almost immediately. The risk is, though, that the chosen one will then come and start to cause issues. If that's the case, yeah, I'm not sure. We have to try to disrupt him somehow, and we don't really have anyone that can do that. None of our guys are fighters anymore, so if he starts to become active in removing the shadow, he's got nothing there. The consecrate is a problem. So entirely removes the shadow from this location, but requires the shadow to be lower than 75%. This is something that he can try to do, but a lot of our locations at 44%, so he may decide to do that at some of these locations. Unfortunately, these have still got wards, but the wards are dissipating fairly quickly. We are getting the infiltration back and through this side, like this. Actually, well, this one will do that one. I'll just finish off the infiltration here. The menace is getting up there a little bit. I really should bring it back down. We can also get malign catch as well. How far off are we from leveling up? Still a fair way, like 120 odd. So if we lay low, we can then just get our menace down over the course of about 5 or 6 turns. Let's just do that for now. I've got to make sure that these sort of stay under the radar for as long as we possibly can. These guys here are doing fine. That's not a problem. But all of these have finished all of their missions at the end of the last session. I'm going to do another dark worship here and spread the shadow out from this location to the edge of the region that the shadow it is in. An amount of shadow, maximum total of 150, will be applied to the closest non-shadowed connected locations. And so it adds 20 menace to this coven of witches. So at the moment, this coven is sitting at, I don't know where the menace actually does show up. There it is. So the 20. I'll do, actually maybe I won't do that. What I might do is, he's only at 3 lore at this stage. How far off is he from levelling up? Still a long way as well. There's really nothing much for him to do at this location. We might start to get him, well, even actually the intrigue, like we've got, it's going to be 25 turns for him to do anything else over there. I might bring him back over this side. You can sort of start to enshadow some of these other regions. This one here, really want to bring this one in and just infiltrate into here. So we'll do that one. That's going to be 13 turns for him until he levels up. Then we can get the intrigue a bit higher. He's now laying low. We've now hit the minimum profile value, but we want to get the other one. So he's now at 50% enshadowment. That's good. Morning, so the mediator Ji Xiao has confirmed her feelings of guilt over the death of her friend So Yong, so cannot help but sit and wonder what she could have done differently. So the guilt haunts them, or she was too weak, so gains a preference towards combat, or too cowardly, gains a preference towards danger. Let's do that, give them a bit of a death wish. Alright, everyone's still just working away. It's pretty amazing the different things you can do in this game. The different permutations is really fascinating. It's falling to the shadow. He's now past the 50% point as well. Let's just see where he is. He's over here. So these guys are starting to now fall. This guy will come and start to clean this up, I'm sure of it. And I've got nothing really to protect him, like to interrupt him. I need another warlord out here to stop that if he decides to get interested in the shadow. Like the consecration is going to get higher and higher. So he's looking at the convent over here. Was it Deverous convent that he was actually looking at? Yeah, it's on his list. It's on his list anyway. Let's continue on. He now arrives, so we'll just go to him. And so we've got different things. We can do this blood magic taunting lure. And if we have a look at this location, there's no one really there that we want. No one there that we want so much. I'm trying to find where is... We're not going to be able to do anything with him. But his family... the king is actually his father, that's right. Is it her? It's good. We've got a baron is the spouse. Must be a her. That looks like a him, doesn't it? I think, or maybe they're gay. I don't know. Anyway, let's we'll just go. So we've got that one coming back through. I don't have any kids though. I don't think. Anyway, that's fine. What we'll do is we will bring this character. God, what should we do with him? So we've got Well of Shadows, where we can push the shadow out from different areas. So that can actually be done there. Sorry about that. Someone was just here. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so we've got Silent Assassination, which we don't want to be doing. Rob the Treasury. Now, the Treasury won't be very big at this location. This will be only 18, so it's not really worth doing that sort of thing. The thing with Well of Shadows is that you need to have a reasonable amount to then push the shadow back out, and we can't do it back in here. Like if we click back on the challenges, there's nothing we can do back at the Elder Tomb. So we have to find a location somewhere on the map with high levels. This one's got 65, which isn't too bad. That will then push the shadow even further out into these other locations. So they're all lower than it. So that would actually work. So Well of Shadows would actually then go and work, and you can do that in 14 turns. So let's just go and do that one for now. And then we'll bring, once this one's infiltrated this one, we'll start to then work on this Coven as well. So there we go, end our turn. He's now in shadowed at 50% as well. So he was up there before, but he's now succumbing to this one. Now if we go to where he is, he dislikes the shadow. So he was actually putting up wards, but he's now succumbing to the shadow, but he doesn't realise it yet. There's no awareness. So that's fine. We'll end the turn. Supplicant completes lay low. So he's now got everything that he required. The seal is now broken. We gain another agent slot. We can bring a fourth one in. I'm tempted to go and get another of the Warlords and set this one up to be a little bit more careful, but to use him as an assassin. And so we'll go after, for example, there should still be 2 more of the ogres on the map. And so I think we'll actually go and deal with, well, actually we're going to have to get another Manticore, which won't be on the map anymore. I'm going to have to just get one of the ogres if they're still available. We also get this power to split the shadow, which gives us like another agent as well. But we're not really ready for that just yet. Although if depending on what their skill set is, that's pretty useless. Can't split the chosen one. I think we do that again. I think we just go back and pick up another unit that we can use to disrupt this character if he starts to sort of get involved in here. We have to start to protect what we're doing, and so I'm thinking that we do it that way. There's also, if we just go across into create agent, we also have the cursed. So her gaze can cripple a hero, weakening their combat abilities and making them easy prey. She may lack the potent magical powers of some agents, but can be useful for harassing heroes by attacking to interrupt them and then escaping unharmed. That's sort of what we need. She's only got low levels of everything else, so we could use her for that. Or we could grab another Warlord and go up. We're not going to get the quick way to get that extra command level, like the 2 levels that we want in command. But it's we'd get there eventually. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got. Let's just cancel the casting for now. And how many more ogres are there on the actual map itself? If we just press number 6, got wandering ogres. Actually, there's still 3 there. There's another one back in here. Okay. All right, so we've got a few of them around the place. All right, great. Okay, so that makes that viable. So we'll go and do that, I think. I do like those. And we've only got 1 recruitment point available now, so we're going to be we have to be careful for quite some period of time now, until about turn, well, it's 45 turns to get each one of them. And so we're going to be around about turn 120-ish before we can really sort of rely on getting another, maybe 110, somewhere in there, before we can rely on getting another recruitment point. So we'll create another agent, a Warlord, and this time we'll start up in here because we want to be going straight for one of the others. So we'll set him up in this fortress, select, and we'll give him more command again, so that we've only got 1 more command that we have to then go and get. Actually, were there any Manticores? No, the Manticores have gone. So all that's left is some of the heroes around the place will actually have the Manticore. Like if we find that other character, we could kill him off. We might do that actually. We might look for that mage with that particular item. So we've got a new Warlord. Let's just grab this character, and we'll at least get one of the others that we needed. If we come back down into this coven, that actually had the ogre in there, and so we'll conscript this ogre, and then head off again. So we'll try to find that mage wherever he might be. It's funny with him selected, they're already against what he's going to be doing. Oh, that's nothing. That's all right. That's fine. It's just I thought that was actually like a protective force, but it's not. I was wondering how that would work if no one knows of us just yet. All right, so we've created a lot of devastation back in through these regions, which is fantastic. So we'll just end our turn in here. Oh, hang on, we've still got this character we need to sort of do something with. Now, we now have infiltrated everything except for the city palace. So I think what we'll do is we'll now go and actually infiltrate this one now and get the palace done as well. So if we just go back and grab that character, do that one in 9 turns. So we'll grab that one, and that his menace is now at the absolute minimum. And then we'll come across and get this location and push the shadow very, very quickly into this particular location as well. Wards established. So Baroness Cates has now ordered the creation of wards against the shadow. Where are you? Way over here. That's okay. So I'm sort of, I don't mind if not much really happens back over that way. Now she's actually been enshadowed, so that's actually good. Oh no, it's this one over here. Sorry, there's a few of the other ones that have now put wards up in around this location. She's going to make this a bit more difficult for us, but at least we've now got her sort of heading towards enshadowment. She's sort of she's 50% along the way. Who's that character there? That's another mage. What level is he? Level 0. Okay, so he's just starting out. We have to find that other mage, which we'll find when it's time. When we get that ogre, we'll then go hunting for him, see if we can actually locate him and what he's actually then got. So at this stage, everyone's doing what they're doing. Travelling to quest. So he's now going to consecrate at Liren's convent. Go to. No, it's not that one. It's Liren's convent. Okay, he's going back over here to consecrate the actual convent. We're at 34% enshadowment. I don't mind that so much. So that's where he's heading. He's going to be working there and not over here. This is where I want to be. All my focus is for this one over this side. So that's fine. So while he's got off to do that one, not a problem. So this is what the Chosen One will now start to do in the world. Our victory is now at 13%. We've now got 5 enshadowed rulers and heroes on the map, which is great. So we're getting there. We're sort of slowly on the way. We'll end our turn again. And again. So he's now over here, and he's now going to start working away. 5 turns for him to consecrate this particular location. Now watched. The courtier has now gone past 10 turns, and so this group of old ladies have now sort of seen him, and they're sort of now threatening that they're going to start telling people about what he's up to. So nothing can be done without drawing further suspicion. We can either gain 10 profile, or we can gain 10 menace, or abandon the challenge. I think I'll just get more profile because our menace is very, very low at the moment. So let's just get the profile up. So yep, they're just going to talk about him. His profile is now 16, which means that people are aware of him a little distance away, but his menace is still very, very low while he's doing this. He's only got 3 more turns left, so we'll get this infiltrated fairly quickly. We'll end our turn, and Warlord Murray completes conscript ogre. Great. So we'll go to that location. Now we need to find ourselves an item on one of these characters. So if we just press number 8, so we're looking for, which one was it? One of the mages. Wasn't that mage, was it? Yeah, he doesn't have it. Just press number 8 again. I'm not sure where he is. It's like he died. Well, who else has got one of those? He doesn't have it. Let's have a quick look through each of these and just see if we've got any items. Nope, you don't have it. You do have one. And no minions. Now he's off to reduce unrest. Okay, well we can take that off him. let's do that. Let's do that, and then we'll go back and get another ogre. I don't know where he's heading. I'll just head into here to start with. Okay. So we're infiltrating the farming. That's good. We'll just go to where he is, and the orcish upstart. So another orc upstart is now sort of started. So we've now got the infiltration at that location. His menace and profile is fairly high, so we want him to lay low, which we have to do in a city. So we'll just move across to this city here and lay low. Now he's actually gone up a level as well. And so initially what we want with his level up is intrigue. So we want to get even more intrigue with him, just so he can do these missions for us much more quickly. Wards established. So Queen Tyrion's has now established another set of wards. So she's going to be a bit of a problem for us. The shadow has been driven back, so he's now removed the shadow from that location, and we've got Warlock Crace finds himself caught in a sandstorm. The howling winds of the desert carry with them razor-like sand grains, slicing it fresh and blinding the eyes. Little can be done by humans other than cowering under the cloaks or indoors, but the servants of elder beings might be able to be called upon their patron's power to endure where others cannot. This will slow things considerably, so we can lose 15 challenge progress, which will take a bit of time. Lose 1 power, which I don't want to be doing, or abandon. I'm just going to do this one here. It'll just make it a bit longer for us to do what we're doing. So she's now becoming enshadowed, so we're slowly starting to sort of corrupt the world. Now, if we have a look in through here, all the shadow has gone from there, but not from this particular ruler. This one here has now finished that quest. So what's it likely now to do? Reduce unrest, reduce tensions, and then still consecrate. But it's going back to the convent that we don't want to be consecrated. Back over in here. So we need this Well of Shadows created fairly quickly. We may have to kill him off if he comes across this way. Well, we're heading, our guy is heading down in the right direction. So we'll end our turn. I didn't want to be killing people until we were really ready for it. But I do want this. I want that device from him. I want this Manticore trophy, and then we'll just be a little bit more circumspect with this Warlord, and really sort of stop him if he does come across to consecrate this convent. We will stop him from doing that. Reduce unrest. That's okay. So he's just sort of he's been distracted essentially. We've now infiltrated the city palace. This is now 100%. If we just go into where we actually are, so. We're up a little bit with the menace again, so I'm just going to go and reduce that menace just by laying low again for a short period of time. And so now that this one is now 100%, we'll find that the enshadowment here will start to kick in much faster as well, and particularly once we get this Well of Shadows in here. So this one, the wards should be down. Yep, wards have gone from there. Now the leader that was there, she dislikes the shadow. She doesn't realise that she's actually being corrupted at this stage. The more shadow she gets, I think the less likely she is to actually go and put a ward up. If we go and have a look at her, if we have her sort of selected, well, this location here selected, and then go to local actions. So ward against the shadow, actually, that's what she's doing. Damn it. So we can't do much about that one, unfortunately. Yeah, she just dislikes the shadow so much, even though she's corrupted by the shadow. It's again going to slow us right down in here. So that's unfortunately a big delay. This one here, how is he going? He's at 66%. Still dislikes the shadow though. It's a bit of a problem. You've got these people spruiking against it, but they're becoming corrupted and they just don't realise it. Anyway, that's fine. We'll just go back to the modifiers there. So unfortunately, she will finish that one very soon. What about this? What's he doing? If we go to local actions, he's taxing the citizens at this point in time. That's okay. He'll be starting to do another ward against the shadow again fairly soon though. Well, we'll just have to keep on moving in. The shadow should be moving out of this coven fairly fast now into here. It's up to 65 already here. This means that these will be sort of trying to stop it. This is why putting these wards up has been a bit of a problem for us. And it's doesn't have a ward in there, but that will slowly sort of get more and more shadow across that other side. We'll just let that sort of bubble away and just boil away, and we won't worry too much about what it's doing. In turn, wards have now been established, unfortunately, which we just saw there before. Supplicant is laying low and has reached their minimum profile, but it's actually it's more their menace value that I'm concerned about. We'll end our turn there again as well. Shadow driven back. So Mage Zhongxing has driven back the shadow. Oh no! I didn't realise that's what he was doing. Warlord Murray has reached Tyre Village. Okay, go to. Damn it! I could have stopped him. So we've now got 0 in Shadowment here, and we've got wards up everywhere. So she'll stop at 50% now. Well, he must hate the shadow too. Oh no, doesn't like deep ones. Maybe we look at getting some deep ones corrupted as well fairly soon. Well, he's reached this location. Where's that other character? I've missed him. There he is. It's reducing unrest. I need that manticore from you. All right, we'll go to him. Family falling to the shadows. So Baroness Ramsat has been pleading with her brother, the Baron, trying to save him. So the burden weighs them both down. So they both. So one of them loses some shadow, and the other one gains some shadow. That's all right. This sort of thing happens a lot with the various characters that are in here. So we're now down to our minimums again. I think what we're going to do now is come across this coven, this witch's coven, and start to push the shadow very heavily into this location. We've sort of left that one alone for a long period of time. And I can do more infiltration, like this one's down to 6. It's still fairly high. That's at 15. Yeah, it's just slow getting all these things through here. Let's move into this coven in here. Traveling to quest. That's all right. Let's move to the other side. Now we can attack the mediator. So the mediator is at level 2. So this will be worth doing. He does actually have this trophy that we do want ourselves. So we're here to pick this one up from you. Thank you. I don't know where the other guy is. Maybe he drowned or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what actually happened there? But let's attack this character. So we've got the one ogre in the front. This will be an easy one for us. So we attack first, reduce his defences, get him down to 6. He'll then do 5 attacks, so we will be down to 8 there. We then attack with 4, so he'll be down to 2, and then he's going to retreat. So we'll just end our turn there, and then we're going to chase him. So he's fled from Warlord and escaped with their life for now, so the coward flees. I don't want to be gaining anything else. I think we'll just do this one here. We're just going to try to keep as quiet with what we're doing as we possibly can. Now he has escaped to here. So we're going to catch him right when this character's in here. He's going to rest and resupply. I'm going to let him go past. So let's just leave him where he is. We'll just pass the turn there. We've now reached the coven, so we'll go to that one there. So with the coven, what we'll do is I don't want to be attracting undue attention by anyone at this stage with that particular character. I need him to lay low until we get at least one more point in here. So that's something we do have to try to make sure that we do. In through this side, we're going to infiltrate this coven of witches. So that can be done in 9 turns. And now I did see one of them disappear. Now he's staying where he is. One more turn, and we can then kill this one off. No, that one's still there. Okay, now we'll do the attack. So our profile is only 10. I might let it go one more, I think. Now he's going to be gaining his hit points back again fairly soon. Yep, so we'll pass the turn and wait for him to disappear. Okay, we've now completed the Well of Shadows. And back over here. So we've now got a Well of Shadows in through there. It's not going to affect this, unfortunately, which is a shame. I was really relying on that, to be honest. This one's at 75% though, so she really is falling to the shadow, even though she doesn't realise it. So now we can attack this one. There's no one nearby, really, except for her. Let's attack him. So we'll now attack this particular character. So we attack first. Only got 4 hit points left. We attack with 4 attacks, and we had to get through the defense. He then attacks back. We're down to 6 with this one, and then we kill him off. And that's in the end of that combat. So vengeance. So Lightbringer. Oh damn it! This guy actually did see that. Holds the killing of his friend to be entirely unjustified, and so we've now got a vengeance thing where he now wants to come and take the Warlord on. So we'll dismiss that one. We did get the victory, so we'll leave the body where it lies. We don't want to be drawing undue attention. I don't want this one to be infamous just yet. We can always go back and get that one. We want that, so we'll take that trophy and we're done. Now, our profile and menace is very, very high. I'm going to move him back into here, and we're just going to heal him up. Now, the humans can heal up their retinue, but the orcs can't. So when we have this ogre back there, we're not going to be able to heal up the ogre. So he's going to be at 6 hit points now until he dies. So that's what we needed to go and get this other one so we can get the command to level 6. So that was actually important for us. Now you can see through there that we actually do have these. Our menace is now so high that they're concerned about us. So we'll just keep on sort of now marching back. Now this one here has now finished what he had to do there. So this will now start to push the shadow out even further from this location, which is now at 81%. And we will move this one down into this location to just start to sort of push this coven once we take this one over. We'll end our turn. Courtier now completes lay low. So we'll just go to where he is. And so he is now at minimums. Great. So we can get him to now just start to do other things. Now he can either sit and... Have we got infiltration abilities in through here? Yeah, this one's down to 0 security. So let's just go and start to do some more. If we just go back to the... Or actually, if we grab our character, we can steal a ruler's item from here if we wanted to, but I think we'll just keep on with these infiltrations. I think this is important that we go for this side. So we're going to get that in 10 turns, which is good. In turn, Warlock has now reached the coven, so we'll just go to where he is. And the Duchess is now at 50% in shadowing as well. Where is she? She's right here where he is. Good. So the coven is now sort of pushing. The covens are great. They're sort of like they're pseudo tombs essentially for our purposes. So we'll start to sort of push more and more shadow through these southern lands, and we're going to accelerate very, very quickly. Like this one has still got like 8 security. Everything is really doing quite well in this particular location, but we're going to push the shadow into here to 100%, even with 0 infiltration, which will be awesome. Now he can't really do anything at this stage. I can get him to lay low. I might just do that for a little while until we finish what we're doing through here. Okay, so morning, that's okay. Relationship improves. Here he comes. And he's now reached the fortress, so we'll just get him to, we'll just go to where he is, and we'll get him to lay low as well. So we want his threat levels to come right down. Like it's already going to have enemies because of the Lightbringer. Like the Lightbringer will actually be seeing him as a threat all the time. So he will now have him as an intense hatred of that particular Warlord, which means that if he starts to get minions, we may have to kill him off. He's going to be too much of a threat to us if we let him continue on in his merry way. He's up to level 3 already. So we'll just sort of lie low a little bit. We'll wait till he starts to come over and do some things in this region, and then we'll sort of stop him from doing what he's doing. Okay, so everyone's now got their plan. So he's reducing tensions at Ession's. Dismiss that one. The Duke is also now falling to the enshadowment down through this location. So this has now hit 50%, as has the Duke. This is good stuff. Again, we just let the Coven do its work. Supplicant completes Infiltrate Coven of Witches, so we'll just go to him. And he's now laying low and reached their minimum profile, but not their minimum menace. But let's go to him as well. So they're both at this location. I can enshadow with him at that location in 9 turns. And so this is something that we do want to do, and we also want to get the Dark Worship as well. So I'm going to go and do him in 9. And I'm going to go, so he's going to do the enshadowment and get this to 100% enshadowment. And I'm going to then use the supplicant to follow this one up, because he's only got 2 lore, and so the dark worship for him is going to take 13 turns. So let's just do that. So they'll both sort of work on this location. That should then pretty much take over this city straight away, because it's not sharing its shadow with anything other than this city. This coven is really attached to whatever happens in the city of Blures. All right, or Blu-ray, or whatever you're going to call it. Okay, so that's now got that one established. The shadow is creeping further and further into this region, and we're just going to let it bubble away. So we want to disrupt anyone that comes to stop that. We have to be a bit careful of the characters that end up in this region. I didn't realise that, unfortunately. It's a start again exercise here. Actually, we are starting to get a bit more now. We're getting 2.5 in here, which is actually fairly good. The wards are blocking a lot of it, but everything from this Well of Shadows is really pushing in hard now. Like, we're going to be up to 100% very quickly in these locations because of this guy here. It can only go to whatever level the shadow is, so it won't go beyond 88s, but this one will take a lot of the shadow now, even past the ward, which is good. So, there we are. And we're actually out of time, guys. So we're now sort of more into Let's Play sort of territory, I think, where we're now just trying to slowly erode the infrastructure and get as many of these. We're going to have to go after the kingdom fairly soon. Actually, we've got 5 power now. I think we'll just finish this off by getting Eyes in the Dark there. And so we'll select that one and start to get that one so that the shadow can creep into there. We'll do this one again as well. So we'll use the power. Eyes in the Shadows there. I should have looked at that one. I sort of wish the game would actually tell you that there's actually that it's at maximum power, because there's no point really keeping it there. Okay, well, that's all we needed to do. So I'll end the turn here, guys. Actually, we've just got to level up in through this side. We'll do this level up, and then we'll get going. So I'm thinking that we still go with more intrigue with this character, and so we can sort of quickly do these infiltrations. So we'll get that one up to 7. And so he's now very, very strong in intrigue. I'll leave it there. I'll catch you in the next episode.